Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Morning Live Show. The live show's podcast and meta content is brought to you every week by these loyal sponsors. McGraw-Webb Chevrolet on the bypass in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for 30 years. Join the McGraw-Webb Chevy family today. Tucker ATV, Jackson, Alabama, your local servicing Polaris Hustler Echo dealer with an international reputation. T Ward Powersports in Camden, Alabama, XL Godfrey Hurricane boats powered by Mercury and Yamaha engines, your water skiing gear headquarters on Lake Millis Ferry. Safford Trading Company and Safford Equipment under the tower in Safford, Alabama, home of your residential and commercial lawn care bundle bear. Wildlife Management Solutions in Eutaw, Alabama. Let the guys at WMS select the right seed and blends for your soil type. South Alabama Kubota and Reynolds on the Strip in Monroeville, Alabama. Kubota and Skag Zero Turns, the right Kubota tractor for the right price. Thanks for supporting the Gettin Outdoor sponsors and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Gettin Outdoors live show. It is March the 31st, 2023, last day of March. Tomorrow is April Fool's. We are live from the Lawler Timber Company, Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center. 59 degrees outside, partly cloudy, with a southeast wind at 3 miles an hour. Taylor Ward selling a boat. He's coming, but he's selling a boat right now, and he was pulling out of the lot a while ago when we got started, so he'll be here in a minute. I did want to start out this morning. I got this picture for everybody. I want y'all to look at it close. I got this from an angler a while ago. This boat is floating down the river. It was right there at Shadow Creek about 30 minutes ago, and hopefully somebody will tie it up. But it is floating down the river. It looks like it's a catfish platform. It's got some reeling rods on it, but I tell you, this high water's got stuff floating down the river. So if you recognize that pontoon platform right there, please call the owner and let them know that it is loose and floating down the river. And it was around Shadow Creek, probably about this is farther down now, but if somebody goes by it and got time, pull it over to the bank and tie it up, please, oh please. But that is breaking news this morning on Lake Millis Ferry. Pontoon boat, looks like a catfish platform. I don't look like it's got a trolling motor on it, but it's floating down the river. Well, we got a good crowd on here this morning. Good morning, Miss Jill up in golly, I can't even remember, Boston, Massachusetts. Wayne Edgeworth tuned in. Fur Feathers of Millis Ferry, good morning to y'all. Kim Kelly, how you doing, my friend? Jared Hudson's tuned in. Tommy D, my old buddy up in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Thunder's tuned in. Larry and Debbie Abernathy. Noonan Hall. Bud Williamson. Let me show y'all something right quick before. This right here, what old Bud doing down there on the Claiborne reservoir down there. He is catching them catfish with them limb lines, and look at that. Well, Bud ain't, but Kyle, his son, is. Now, that is let me tell you, look at those big fat blue cats on the right there. That is what rising water will get you with them limb lines. And I think they're baiting them with live minnows, brim, and skipjack. And you just gotta get on up in there, in them limbs, in that trash, and come on, Taylor. Taylor Ward is in the house. You just gotta tie them limbs. Now it ain't gonna work if the water's dropping. It ain't gonna work. But if you get up in there while the water's rising, you can catch the devil out of them. Good morning, Taylor Ward is in the house. How you doing,
I'm
my
all
friend?
right. How are you?
Did you sail the boat?
No.
All right, we're gonna talk to Taylor a whole lot more a little while later in the show. We got a lot to talk about them boats, but let's bring in Miss Maddie Smith. Miss Maddie has got her let's see, it's a third of 3 tomorrow, right, Maddie?
Of 4, yes, sir.
Third of 4, yeah. Tomorrow, her Bridgeport Team Trail, and that river's a mess. I got the results from the fruit jar yesterday afternoon. I think they had 8 boats. 1 fish won it. Trey weighed in a 2.86. I don't believe I've ever heard that before. Have you, Maddie, a 1 fish won?
No, I have not.
But anyway, let's talk about the Bridgeport Team Trail. Maddie, you have just, it has gone to another level this year, darling. I know you're proud of that.
I am. And we've talked about it before. It's not just a sprint. You can't just get them that quick. It's a marathon, and I'm finally seeing it actually come together. I'm finally seeing number of boats that when it stays, it stays. I'm getting a consecutive number of boats. I've got people who have fished with me for 4 years and have never missed a tournament. So it's really the anglers doing it. It's not really much of nothing I do. It's just them.
Well, it's a good tournament. You run a good tournament. It's a fair tournament, and everybody enjoys it. And what about tomorrow? How many we got signed up for in the morning?
We've got 33 right now.
33, and hopefully we can maintain that 50 boat.
Yeah.
I hope we can when we can get that $2,000 away. But we do want to caution everybody that river is a mess.
Yep.
A lot of trash rolling down that river, and we don't want anybody to be hurt. So please be careful tomorrow. It is no reason to run up and down that river no 70 miles an hour tomorrow. Much trash is coming down of that road. But I do believe somebody will catch them. Now let's explain this system to them, Maddie. This is the Bridgeport Team Trail Spring Summer. You got it split up into 2 divisions, and the spring is what we're in right now. Mm-hmm. And the last tournament will be April the 29th. That'll be the 4th of 4 tournaments, and you will award $1,000 from Community Neighbor Bank Angler of the Year prize. Am I explain how that's going to work? And give us have you got the Angler of the Year standings right now?
I don't have them on me. I know who's in first. That's about all, though. I don't have them on me.
Who's in first?
Faye Spence and Tyler Temple.
Okay, all right.
Yep. So that AOY, we're not guaranteeing, but over a 50 boat playing field, it'll be $2,000 if we can keep 50 boats.
Yeah.
And then Community Neighbor Bank has added on $1,000 bonus to each division this year. So they had given us $2,000 to split between both divisions. Mm-hmm. So what I'm looking at right now, when I'm thinking it, regardless right now with the CMB bonus and with the boats we've had, it'll be $2,000 right now.
$2,000 in each division.
Well, it's $1,000 in each division from CNB, but right now for the spring, from the boats I've had and from the bonus money I've gotten from Community Neighbor, it will be $2,000 for sure right now.
For the spring. Mm-hmm. We don't know about the summer tour.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
That's still pretty huge. That's still pretty big. A $2,000 add-on for Angler of the Year. All right, so we got tomorrow's tournament and April the 29th tournament and that will end the spring event. And then the summer event will begin on May the 13th, June the 17th, July the 15th, and August the 12th. Now, June the 17th, that's the same day as our jugging contest. Well, I think we did that last year, didn't we, Matt?
We did.
It didn't bother anybody, so we ain't worried about that. Now, the difference in the spring Bridgeport Team Trail tournaments and the summer is the weigh-in time, and that's the way you started this whole thing, was the summer events, and you weigh in at 1 o'clock before it gets so darn hot.
Yes, sir. In the summer it's so hot. Those fish are what's important. To keep those fish alive and safe is my biggest point in the summer. And in the summer, really, not very many people want to fish till 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
You want to get off that water. You want to keep those fish alive. So 1 o'clock for the summer was like, it's what started it. It's what got so big, was in the summer. And that summer trail will never change. I mean, I don't ever see it changing. I don't ever plan for it to change.
Yeah. Well, I like that format too. Now, tomorrow morning, are you going to come? You going to be here this evening, or they need to sign up? What time will you be there in the morning?
I'm going to be in Camden today at 3 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, buffer in there just because I've got a lot of other things to get ready for the tournament. Mm-hmm. And then you can just call me, sign up. If you want to go ahead and pay, I will be in Camden. You can just call me. We can find a place to meet up or anything. In the morning, I've been getting there between 3:30 and 4 because of how late the sun's still kind of coming up. It's still not super early. I mean, I roll up and there's anglers there, so we're doing good. It's all right. As long as we get them out there by safe light. So if you have any questions or anything, just call me and we'll go from there.
And that's Maddie's number, 334-830-6490. And I'm gonna come down there and try to fly the drone if it ain't raining. I thought it was gonna be wind blowing, raining last week, but it wasn't. It turned out real good. But anyhow, anything else you want to tell them for tomorrow? Just be sure and be safe. That's for sure.
Yes. So that river is still going to be high. It was expected to drop some, but it hasn't dropped as quickly as they planned, or hoped for. And it hasn't dropped as quickly as we had hoped for. But y'all just got to be careful out there. I know that blast off, we idle out to the channel, and then we blast off really from there. But just be careful when you're coming out of that mouth tomorrow for all the trash and everything that could be there. Be careful of other boaters or boats floating down the river that we don't know about. Just be careful for anything that could be out there.
And be courteous. Courteous and kind.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Maddie. I'll see you in the morning. Thank you for being on with us this morning.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boy, Taylor, she is doing a great job with that tournament trail. I'm so proud of her. Let's go over some other stuff that's going on next weekend. The Poor Man's Tournament Trail out of the Democracy City Landing Classic will be next April the 15th. It says sign up at the ramp, but I think you had to qualify for that classic. But that will be next Saturday at the Democracy City Landing, and also next Saturday at the Selma City Marina. The Alabama Catfish Series will be blasting off. And then, Taylor, you can tell us more about this because you are on the Wilcox Area Chamber Board of Directors. The Mark Curl Memorial Barbecue Cook-Off will be April the 21st and 22nd, and they moved it to the Camden Airport this year.
That is correct.
And y'all are looking for cook teams.
Yes, sir. We need cook teams and vendors.
And y'all can call Michael Cook at 334-682-4929 if you want to get a good cook team together. If you have a vendor tent you want to set up down there, that'll be a whole lot of fun. Also, that same weekend at Bridgeport City Landing, John will be bringing his Extreme Bass West Alabama Team Trail to Bridgeport City Landing. And we've already talked about it, but I'm not going to go all in. I do want to talk about this, Taylor, because since I got you in here, the Jugging Open, and it's a lot of chatter going on about this Jugging Open. It ain't till June the 17th at Roland Cooper State Park. You can sign up now at T Ward Powersports or Dunn Sports, And you might as well go ahead and sign up because it's going to be a pretty big event. I think the one we did last time was just a trial. Did you learn anything, Taylor?
I learned a little bit.
And
I learned that it was cold.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be cold in June. It's $25 per adult. Kids fish free. The weigh-in will be held at the Roland Cooper State Park T-Pier at 2:00. 25 jugs per boat. 1 hook per jug. 3 fish weigh in. Only one can weigh over 34 inches. You can launch anywhere just as long as you pay the entry fee before you launch. And we will talk about that a whole lot more. But while I had Taylor in here, I did want to mention it. Last event, the first place winners was the Team Whiskers, John Daly, Paul J. Strickland, Thomas Andrews. They had 3 catfish that weighed 45.6 pounds, and they had the big fish 18.7 pounds. Team D Hookers was second, and Team Catfish Crew was third. So it was a great event, and we're going to do it again in June. Taylor, let's see. I wanted to mention one more thing. Okay, we're going to talk about this, and Taylor, this is going to mess you up, man.
Yeah, it is. I'm not looking forward to it.
This is the 4-way stop going out of Camden towards Miller's Ferry. Now, it has not closed yet. The engineer told me last week that they had postponed it 2 weeks, so that it'd be 2 weeks up in April is the schedule now to shut it down. The reason being, the contractor that is going to do this job the weather has slowed him down on another job, and they don't know when they're going to get started. So, but just heads up, everybody, you'll see all the signs go up. So if you coming from Monroeville or Greenville or Selma to come to see T Ward, you got to go all the way around. We'll come through town and come down 162 to McDonald's Grocery and hit 221. But if you coming to Camden from Marion, Thomaston, Linden, Demopolis, that way, you're going to have to detour 221 all the way down to McDonald's Grocery if you're in a little car, and you can cut up 162 to Camden. Or if you're in a big truck, you've got to come all the way down to 41 and go through downtown Camden. And I can tell you right now, that is going to be a mess.
Yes, it
but
is.
It's coming, and it's a 60-day construction job. Boy, we got a good crowd on here. Old Bug Tolson's tuned in. Richard Holt's tuned in. Him and Nancy Joe was with me last week at the Lowndes County Turkey Rodeo. That was a great event. They got the Battle of the Big B going on right now. I think you got 16 boats over there at Demopolis today. We had the Miller's Ferry Showdown last week at Roland Cooper State Park. I wanted to play this for y'all because I tell you what, I got me one of them new drones, and it takes some wonderful one. Look at this, man. That's Bridgeport Landing. Now, the tournament actually went out of Roland Cooper State Park. So I just went over there and flew it over Bridgeport, and then I went over there to see all the boats. It was 80-something boats blasted off from Roland Cooper State Park, and that was that's some great. That little old drone does some great video. I tell you, I enjoy fooling with it. And that was last weekend, Pride of the South Miller's Ferry Showdown. The winner was them Sykes boys from Choctaw County. They had 18.9 pounds that won that tournament last weekend. And I just wanted to share that drone footage with y'all this morning. All right, Taylor, let me look and see who all. Good Lord, Joe Alvarez, Dale Ward. Good morning. Dale Ward, that's your brother, ain't it?
That's my daddy.
Oh, that's your daddy.
Yes, sir.
Now,
say my uncle's old Greg.
Oh, yeah. Greg's who I was thinking about down in Louisiana.
That's right.
Lowell Butts is on here. Hale Smith, good morning, my friend. Jared Hudson, the Reeling Redneck, Shane Jones. Don't forget about the meet and greet at CT Ward. Let's go ahead and talk about that.
Yes, sir.
Right now. I hadn't got it on my calendar. That's going to be April the 29th.
April the 29th.
What we going to do?
We're going to open house from 10 to 2, kind of like what we did last year. we will have a lot more people this year as far as Shane's coming, going to do a live scope presentation. Of course, you'll be there. XL Boat Rep will be there. Hustler Lawnmower, now that we're carrying
Hustler,
them.
we forgot.
We got a rep coming for Hustler. Spivey Miller will be back.
Good,
doing
and he will do
on,
update. If you got a Humminbird unit you need it updated, bring it.
As long as it's 2 years old or newer.
Yeah, and what you do is you just unplug the unit from your boat and bring it in there.
That's right.
And
He will be there. The UTV, ATV models that we're brand that we're carrying, AOs, that rep will be there too. And I'm glad he's coming. Had a lot of questions asked about him, and he's going to cover some ground with them. So we're looking forward to a big crowd if we can figure out how to get around the road construction.
Well, yeah, because that'll probably be started by then. We'll make it work, though. We'll make it work. But Shane Jones is going to be there. And I tell you what, I see him on his Crappie Cash show, but I'm going to give him a microphone down there when he's down there. And I think he's
got a head full of knowledge on that live scope. I say you can learn a lot from him.
He can teach you everything and how to set it up. And he'll be glad to do it, and he loves to do it. And of course, he'll show you all the equipment he uses, the rods, the reels, and all that stuff. But Shane will be there, and Miller Spivey will be there, and he's with Humminbird, and he's pretty smart too. He knows all that stuff. So that'll be April the 29th at T Ward Powersports, and I'm sure it'll be a little cooking going on.
It will be. There will be some cooking and few door prizes, and just looking for a good event.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Shane, for reminding me of that, and thank you for tuning in this morning. All right, one more thing I love these videos, but I wanted to play this for y'all because so many people this time of the year, you hear them. And I was 60 years old, Taylor, before I knew the difference in a whippoorwill and a chuck wheels with her. So here you go. It is a difference, and a lot of people didn't. I
certainly didn't know.
I still argue with Brad. Not Brad. Dang, can't think of his name. He says it's a male and a female, but I say it's two different varieties of birds: a whippoorwill and a chuck wheels willie. And once again, whippoorwill. Chuck wheels with her. So there you go. And I'm teaching y'all something this morning. I was 60 years old before I knew that. I really was. All right, as I mentioned the Lowndes County Rodeo, what a great event last weekend. We had a great time. It was 40-something teams. They weighed in 20 turkeys, I think. Big River, we done mentioned it. We want to talk about that, Taylor, but that Big River is something.
It's pretty nasty. I had 4 boats come in from the campground yesterday, all with lower unit trouble. So,
really?
A lot of trash.
Well, let's talk about T Ward Powersports. If you hadn't been by there, that place, you got some inventory out there.
We do.
Not only boats, you got pontoon boats, you got crappie fishing boats, catfish fishing boats, you got new boats, you got used boats. Now you're carrying Hustler Zero Turn lawnmowers, which is one of the best brands out there.
Yes, sir.
And you got the side-by-sides, and what else you got out there now?
That's about rambles it off. We've got a little bit of everything to fit all outdoor needs now. We have utility trailers also, 10 foot to 16 foot. Talking about crappie boats, we're in dealings with a guy out of Georgia We've had a lot of calls on stick steer boats, hoping to find a builder for a stick steer boat. XL does not offer that, but we do have some models that fit the crappie bill. We just can't get stick steer boats, but hopefully in the near future we'll have those coming, 6 to 8 months maybe.
I was talking to Shane the other night, and he said that XL, which is your brand,
yes, sir,
is fixing to build a new wider front crappie fishing boat.
That's right. It's a Bay Pro Elite is what it's got, a wider deck, and I'm supposed to have one next week, a show boat just to sit on the lot for a week or two. But the front deck will be just as wide as the rear deck, which you'll be able to put you 3 seats in the front. As to the Bay Pro 220 and 203 now has a real narrow front end, so it's really going to help with the pan fishing.
Yeah, I like that. But I see a heap of XLs out there on that river now.
Yes, sir. It's been a few.
Hey, Alan Hudson, he said, I'm gonna argue with you a little bit, Alan. Of course, in the woods, it may be hard to distinguish between the two sounds. Either way, they're nice to hear. All right, listen again, Alan. Distinct whip-a-wheel, whip-a-wheel, whip-a-wheel. And chuck wheels with her. So they easy to me, but I really did. I was 60 years old before I knew the difference. Good morning, Ken Clayton. We just talking about your fruit jar tournament yesterday. I can't remember ever a tournament, one fish winning at 2.86 pounds, but old Trey Wade took it to y'all yesterday. I think he had 8 boats out there. If y'all have not downloaded and listened to this week's Getting Outdoors podcast, I had to do it in 2 segments. I released the first one this week, and it's about our common non-venomous snakes in Alabama. J.U. Banks is a man. He just goes through and explains to y'all. I love to do it with Jay every year because our goal is to get that one person that's afraid of snakes educated about snakes, where they won't kill every snake they see. And snakes are really beneficial to our ecosystem. And you just got to learn how to identify. We have 6 venomous snakes. And if you will learn how to identify, really, it's only 3 of those that you're going to ever encounter. And if you learn how to identify the venomous snakes, then you'll know every other snake is non-venomous, and don't kill it. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back right after a word from these loyal sponsors. West Alabama Land Services, Jason Daly, licensed, insured, forestry, mulching, brush cutting, and much more. Coast to coast true value in downtown Camden, a shopping experience you will never forget. Lofton's Bait Shop on the bypass, your first stop if you're hunting or fishing in Camden, Alabama. Open Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., closed on Sunday for God and family. Bubba and Joe Allen Dunn at Dunn Sports in Thomasville, Alabama, across from McDonald's, outfitters for the serious sportsman. Community Neighbor Bank with locations in Greenville, Camden, Pine Hill, and Grove Hill, serving rural Alabama since 1906, bringing you the Getting Outdoors weather since 2007. Plaza Golf Cart Sales in Demopolis and Tuscaloosa, your easy-go superstore. Town Country United Bank, Camden, Alabama, proud sponsors of the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report every week on the Getting Outdoors podcast. Lawler Timber Company, Camden, Alabama, family-owned independent business offering professional forestry services and home of the Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center. Class Storage on the bypass in Camden, Alabama. Safe, secure storage for that motorhome, boat, or camper. ClassStorageLLC.com. Thanks for supporting the Getting Outdoors sponsors. Now, let's get back to the live show. All right, everybody, I see Bug didn't know about the fruit jar opens. Now, they changed it. It's not every 2 weeks anymore, Bug. Here is the new schedule for the 2023 Bridgeport Fruit Jar Opens. The next one will be April the 27th, then May the 25th, June the 22nd, July the 20th, August the 17th, September the 14th, and October the 12th. And then November the 9th. So they're going to go through November. But they're doing them once a month this year instead of once every 2 weeks. And, of course, I will have them on my Facebook page, and I'll keep you up with it. Now, Donnie, big thanks to Travis for all the work he did after the storm in Miller's Ferry. That's a working scoundrel, Donnie. I know Travis Powell, he'll hit anybody he can. Deborah, you're terrified of snakes, and you need to go listen to the podcast, because I'm going to give a quick testimony, Taylor. I was one of those people, Deborah and Tommy D, I kept a gun in my truck. I kept a gun in my boat with snake shot. I killed every snake I come across. I was terrified of them until I met J.U. Banks, Larry Hubbard, and the girl that worked for the Alabama Wildlife Federation. And I had a radio show, and all those girls brought those snakes on the set with me. And they educated me about snakes. And my fear of snakes, after I learned a little bit about them, my fear turned to curiosity, Deborah. And I promise you, if you would just open your mind up and study them and educate yourself about snakes, they aren't nearly as bad as everybody makes them out to be. I tell you, you just need to listen to Jay, listen to herpetologists, and I promise you, you will change your attitude about snakes. I know I did. And I don't even kill a rattlesnake or water moccasin if they're in their own territory. I mean, why? Because they are, But anyway, that right there. I don't know what's wrong with Grandma Karen. Is she not here today? Because she couldn't post her weather report. So all right, here we go. Tommy D, I guess Tommy D's is in Ann Arbor, Michigan. But let me get Grandma Karen's. I think somebody put it up there. Here it is. All right. Here's Grandma Karen's weather, and here is the Community Neighbor Bank Grandma Karen weekend weather forecast for our area. Today, partly sunny with a high near 81, south winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, increasing to 10 to 15 miles per hour in the afternoon. Winds could gust today as high as 25. So if you're out there practicing for Maddie's tournament tomorrow, be careful. All right, here's what everybody wants to hear. Tonight, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 4 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 67. South winds tonight, 15 miles an hour with 20-mile-an-hour gusts. Chance of rain tonight, 50%. Then Saturday, early showers and thunderstorms before 10 o'clock. Cloudy through mid-morning, then gradually clearing with a high near 83, so it's going to be warm tomorrow. It will be some west winds, 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain early in the morning is 60%. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy with a low around 48, going to cool off again. West winds 5 miles an hour, becoming north after midnight. Sunday, partly cloudy, 75. Northwest winds 5 miles an hour. That's when I'm going to go to the river. When that weather, I'm a fair weather fisherman now. Sunday night, 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 55, southeast winds 5 miles per hour. That is your Grandma Karen Community Neighbor Bank weekend weather forecast. And in California, it's 40 and clear. There will be mostly sunny skies. The high will be 64. Wind 6 miles an hour. Humidity is at 93%. And I thought Tommy D, he also put that is the Michigan weather. It's 40 in Michigan and clear. Or is that that's the same as Grandma Karen's. Say goodbye to March. Hello, April. And don't forget tomorrow's April Fool's Day. Now, you're not open on Saturdays, are you,
sir.
Taylor?
No, sir.
All right, let's talk about what you got on the lot out there you need to get rid of.
Everything. We've whittled down most of our used boats. I've got a real nice 16-foot Express with a 50 Yamaha that came in a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
$5 grand will take that home, and
Wow.
it is in really good shape. Be a good little crappie boat for somebody, or jugging boat. As far as used, that's really about. Oh, I still got
a big old bay boat we need to get rid of.
I got a 18-foot Triton Explorer with a 150 Optimax. It has 106 hours on it. It's 2009 model.
Mm-hmm.
We are ready to move it, and once we got, I think we've got 23 new XL side and center console boats on the lot, and a couple of Tritoons and a couple of deck boats left.
And I'm going to tell you what, if you're in the market for a boat, I don't think anybody in the Southeast got a bigger inventory than you got.
A pretty
right
good
now.
one right now. Yes, sir. Lawnmowers too. Don't forget us on your lawn needs, and we will be carrying belts and blades, waiting on all that stuff to get in. But we will have it shortly.
And then this month, April the 25th, no, April the 29th, April the 29th, Shane Jones will be there making an appearance, and the Hummingbird Man will be there, and we'll be talking a whole lot more about that this week. This month, before it gets here,
yes,
and we might do some live stuff out there. Y'all got some pretty good internet out there. And Jessica says, and this is one of the most unused places. The Bridgeport Beach will not open this weekend. We're going to open next Saturday. So that Bridgeport Beach and the Millis Ferry Beach are two of our nicest assets on the river. I mean, it's just as nice as the beach down in Baldwin County, except it's on the Alabama River. So y'all use those beaches this spring. Anything else, Taylor?
That's all I got.
I do want to tell everybody that's listening, I know Southern Living Magazine is a big time magazine, and in their issue this month, they named the 16 best river towns in the South, and Camden, Alabama was in that 16.
I saw that.
So that we're mighty proud. That was in Southern Living Magazine. Now that Tommy D, the Gators are out too, buddy. And somebody called me yesterday. The Stokes Gator is on display at the Millis Ferry Resource Office in Millis Ferry, Alabama. They open Monday through Friday from 7 to 4:30. If you have not seen the Stokes Alligator, they've also got a full mounted bald eagle in there also. So y'all go check them out. Anything else, Taylor, before I let you go sell a boat?
I don't think so, sir.
Appreciate it. Boy, we had a good crowd on here, and thanks everybody always for tuning in. Tommy D, Thunder, all you guys, B-Dog, Jill, all y'all, appreciate y'all being loyal listeners, and everybody that tunes in and comments, and we have a great time. Well, Thunder, I tell you what I'll do. I'll go down there and take a picture of it, but you really got to see it to believe it, Taylor. It's no way a picture can explain to you how big that alligator is. And there's plenty of them in that river. All right, everybody. Thank you, Taylor, for coming in,
yes, sir.
man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Always a pleasure. And I'm looking forward to the 29th. That's going to be a great time. And we'll do some live stuff, and we'll get old Shane on video, and he'll be here. I guarantee if you want to learn something about live scope, he's your man.
That's right.
He is one of the best I know. And so he'll be there, and we'll see y'all then. Remember to practice safety. That river is a mess out there, and it's just no reason to run up and down it 70 miles an hour tomorrow. Be careful. Be courteous out there on the river, and practice safety. Everybody have a great weekend. Now more than ever, God bless America. T Ward Powersports. Y'all just got to go see the inventory to believe it. Remember what old Big Dad says, get outdoors.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin, and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my stabby, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk, and